Sir,
Yeah.
I want to know that if post-graduation is necessary for foreign service, does post-graduation gives you an upper hand in foreign service?
See, there is, I mean, as per rule, all we need is a graduation. That is it. Nothing will give you an upper hand per se. But personally, when I think about it, once you have post graduation, I mean, many of us, when we do our post graduation, we start doing a lot of things on our own. Even in college, it's like spoon feeding. In many colleges, it's like spoon feeding. You don't interact much with your classmates or anything like that. Many of us, we are like day scholars. We don't stay in hostels. We are day scholars. We go from our home, we go to college, we attend the class, we come back, we prepare for the exam, we give the exam, we finish the graduation. Is it different from a school? In many cases it is not. But on the other hand, when you have more time, you start evolving better. You have more time to mature, particularly when you are into post graduation. In many colleges, many universities, in post graduation, everything you will have to do everything on your own. You won't have classes. You will have to collaborate with your classmates. You will have to discuss the things with them. You will have to defend your own thesis. You will have to write your own thesis. So a lot of pressure. You start learning how to manage the time. You start learning how to manage pressure. You start learning how to cooperate and collaborate with your colleagues and with your classmates. And sometimes when you stay away from your family, etc., you start interacting better with the society. So you read more, you think more, you talk more, you communicate more, and as a social animal, you evolve more. So that gives you a lot of perspective. So that is why I personally feel that it is better that you take some more time and evolve as a better civil society, better entity in a civil society, a better social animal before you attempting or before you completely getting into preparation for something that is to serve that society.
What is a good strategy for the essay paper and how to avoid the common mistakes in the exam?
I will give a simple example. I hope all of you might be reading newspapers, right? You might be reading the editorials of the newspapers, Hindu, then Indian Express, whatever it is, or even Malayalam newspapers. You will have the editorials, right? A good essay should be like an editorial. It's like an article. A good essay is an article, basically. A good essay, from the first paragraph to the last paragraph, there should be a continuation. We should not feel that the first paragraph is talking about something and the second paragraph is talking about something else. No, you should not make the reader feel like that. It should be like a story. It should be like a very well written story where the second paragraph is connected with the first paragraph, the third is connected to the second. So there should be a very structured, organic flow of ideas from one paragraph to the second paragraph and so on. So that is very important for the essay. And definitely you should have points, contents should be there. In my opinion, these two are the only criteria. The quality of language doesn't matter really, but if you have a good language, that is definitely a plus point. So this is as simple as it when it comes to essay.
Your experience about the interview?
So interview, what is your opinion about interview? Are you really scared about interview?
Yeah, because you've seen in movies they ask very hard questions and then there's a chance of getting stuck. So then what do you feel about it?
Yeah. Point number one, forget everything that you have seen in the movies. Forget everything. Okay, that's rule number one. Rule number two, you might be getting a lot of WhatsApp forward messages. How many steps did you climb? Or all such random questions. And then they say, this is the question that is asked in UPSC interview. Only 1 in 1,000 people can answer these questions. Forget all this. This is nothing but bullshit. Interview is like very simple. It's a very straightforward thing. You go, you talk with a few people, 5 people basically. And all five of them, they are all experts in their own field. Some of them are bureaucrats. Some are from the military background. They are all very well-versed people, very calm people, very cooperative people. when they feel that you are too tense or you are too nervous, they will make you feel calm down. They will offer you water. They will offer you even tea sometimes. So they are like very, very cool people. You don't have to be tensed at all. And after that, they will ask you small questions, and sometimes the questions will differ from interview panel to panel. Like if I am sitting in an interview panel, I'll be asking you one particular kind of question. On the other hand, if Sandosh sir is sitting on the panel, he will be asking you something else. So it's all different. But the essence is, they are there not to grill you. They are there to understand you better. It is an interview where you are talking with them so that they can understand you better. So be very calm, be confident, and answer the questions without bluffing much. If you don't know something, you admit it. I don't know. But if you want to take a guess, you can take their permission. Sir, I don't know the answer, but I would like to take a guess. They will happily permit you to do that as well. So there is nothing to worry about interview. It is just that you are having a chit chat, not really a chit chat, but a good conversation with a few people who are well experienced than you, who have a lot of bureaucratic or corporate or academic experience than you. That is all. Okay, so interview is actually one of the best part of the whole process.
So what are the questions that are asked, like the nature of the questions?
It could be anything. It could be factual questions. It could be very analytical questions. I'll give you a simple example. In 2017, when I was giving my interview, that was the time immediately after Article Pongala. So I even had a question regarding Article Pongala, where I personally said that Article Pongala should be banned. There should be a blanket ban on Article Pongala. That was my answer, because I justified it, because the kind of pollution it causes, the traffic congestion, the waste disposal system, the wastage of resources. I gave them very clear and logic to my answer. They may or they may not agree with my answer, but with the logic that I gave, with the justification that I gave, they were happy. You see, it is like that. You have to talk with logic. You have to talk rationally. That is all that matters. Newspapers, I have already mentioned that you have to go through newspapers. In addition to newspapers, daily newspapers you will have to do for sure. But in addition to that, you have a lot of platforms like Vision Ias, Insights, etc. A monthly revision of monthly news compilation should be fine.
Optional subject
that is
ഇതുണ്ടോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും keen interest ഉള്ള ഒരു വിഷയം subject choose ചെയ്യുന്നതാണോ ഏറ്റവും നല്ലത്?
If you are good in your graduation subject, go ahead and choose it. There is nothing to stop you. But if you feel that your graduation subject is not something that you want to go back and study with respect to UPSC syllabus, so you will have to compare your graduation subject with the UPSC syllabus of the same subject. If your graduation subject syllabus or your graduation syllabus was very similar to the UPSC syllabus, then it is a good advantage for you. But if the syllabus is different, or if you don't think that you can go and study everything from scratch again, or if you think that this subject is too difficult for me from a UPSC point of view, or if you feel that I will not get marks in this subject, then I will suggest that you will have to think about other factors. The other factors are, can I sit and study this subject for a longer period of time? Because you will have to invest quite a lot of time when it comes to optional. You will have to invest more time than you are investing for GS 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yes, sir.
So the optional subject should be such a subject that you can sit and study for a longer period of time, that you can write for a longer period of time, and where you also have a decent ability to score marks. So all these parameters will come into picture.